What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Hot Tag with your girl, Izzy. Today, I'm super excited to be reviewing last night's TLC with somebody who has all the knowledge about TLC matches. He is a WWE Hall of Famer, TNA Hall of Famer, and the greatest tag team wrestler of all time. He is Bully Ray. What's up?
Are you really super excited for today?
I am. Like last night, I was talking to my parents, and then today, I was like, oh my God.
Well, I'm sure we're going to have some fun today. And before we even start, okay, I'll put you over a little bit, which I never really do. So
you always hate on me.
I'm very happy for you. I'm very proud of you. You're doing a great job with the Hot Tag. You're doing a great job on your social media.
Thank you.
You're getting yourself over. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You know, in the wrestling business, you're getting people to talk, you're getting people to listen, you're getting people invested in you, and keep up the great work because I'm enjoying watching you move on with your career.
Thank you so much. I'm about to cry. Woohoo! First 5 minutes in.
Not cry.
We're not gonna start NXT Takeover Respect. We're not gonna go back to that. So last night was TLC. I thought it was pretty good, and I was looking at your tweets. But for people who kind of live under a rock and don't have social media, what did you think of the overall show?
Overall show, I thought was very, very good. I thought it was entertaining. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the things that I'm sure you listen to, and that obviously the Busted Open Nation listens to every week, is when me and Dave have to talk about and break down Raw and how Raw lately hasn't been getting the job done, and even SmackDown's been a little bit wonky lately, except for the Roman stuff. But I thought last night both brands came together and put on an exceptional TLC, entertaining, hard-hitting, good matches, some drama, some good physicality. Once you leave it up to the wrestlers in the WWE in the ring, I always know they're going to get the job done, because when it's left up to them, they're the best at what they do. It's when they get this weird creative thrown at them that, you know, things get a little crazy. But last night, overall, like 2 thumbs up, very entertained. What about you?
I loved it. I thought it was really good. You know, it's actually one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year, and probably one of the best TLCs in a while. Like, honestly, I don't remember last year's. I just thought it was just from top to bottom. There really wasn't a match that I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what just happened. Like, all of them, like even the New Day match, the New Day match was great. And like, you know, all of it was just so much fun. So like, I was really into it. But before we get into each match, you know, you've been in TLC matches pretty much your whole life now. You know all about them. You know, is TLC matches like the worst you've been in, or is it like kind of like this is my forte?
TLC matches are probably the most difficult match to put together. And physically, depending on what type of TLC match you put together, can just, I mean, it really takes its toll on you. And last night, the TLC match that Roman and Kevin Owens had was very, very physical. A lot of times in matches, sometimes you only have to know about what you're going to do when you're going to do them. If you want a TLC match to go the right way, not only do you have to know what you're going to do, you have to know what everybody else is going to do every second of every minute of the match. You have to know it backwards and forwards, because if anything goes wrong, you know, the dominoes are going to start to fall real quick, and you got to pick up where you left off. And it's kind of hard to fix those matches if anything does go wrong. I remember, you know, when we first started, you know, the first true TLC match was 20 years ago this year at SummerSlam. And that was obviously the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys. And the match that was the precursor that led to the first TLC match was the Triangle Ladder match at WrestleMania 2000. I guess that would be WrestleMania 16. And, you know, thinking back to try to remember those matches, it probably took us a day or so to go over them and, you know, put them together and make psychological sense out of them. And that's the biggest thing about TLC matches today. Like you said, you can't even remember what they did last year.
Yes.
Most of the time when we get to TLC, a lot of the wrestlers are just thinking about what's the craziest bump I can take, what's the biggest spot I can do, how am I ever going to have that moment in history with
Get your stuff in. That's what they call it.
Yes, and when you get older, you're going to be calling it something else. So
yeah.
that's what it is. So, how am I going to have that moment like Edge spearing Jeff Hardy in midair or, any of those things. So this year, I don't think they worried about that so much, which was great because there's no live crowd. I think that they were able to put together 2 decent TLC matches because I like the fact that the opening of Drew and AJ didn't really incorporate any of the tables, ladders, and chairs.
No, yeah.
But then Roman and KO was just about brutality and physicality. So they are very difficult matches to put together and probably the most taxing I've ever felt on my body.
Okay, is there like a way to prepare for those aspiring pro wrestlers out there, or is it just like, I'm going into this head first?
Have you ever heard the term grip it and rip it?
Yes!
Okay, so grip it and rip it is basically a baseball term or a football term. You grab the ball and you throw it as hard as you can. And that's what it is when it comes to these types of matches. There's no way to prepare. You can't practice a match like this because you need the rush of the crowd. You need that shot of adrenaline. You need that red light to be on. At least that's how it was for me. And I'll say for the other 5 guys, Devon, Matt, Jeff, Edge, and Christian, you needed that rush to get you through the physicality. And I really don't recommend that young wrestlers have matches like this because all they're going to think about is, what big bump can I take? What crazy spot can I do? And that's the last thing you should be thinking about when putting together any match, really. You always want to tell a story. You always want to be psychologically sound, and then you can incorporate all the craziness. So leave the TLC matches, later on in your career. How about just have a good regular wrestling match inside of the ring first?
I'm totally down with it. And, TLC matches are so brutal. And one of the matches that were extremely brutal was Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Universal Championship in a TLC match. What did you like about it? If you liked it, of course.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you go first? What did you like or not like about it?
So I just loved how, the build-up transitioned into the actual match. It wasn't just like, okay, this build-up was for nothing. You actually could see, just their story, with Jey Uso getting involved and, Paul Heyman being terrified. And I really liked the whole thing where it was like Roman is like a savage and then Kevin Owens is like that family guy where he was like fighting for his family, comparing the two. I really liked that. And I just overall thought it was great to see Roman win because at some point I thought Kevin was going to win, to be honest, and I really like that aspect of matches when you think somebody else is going to win, but they don't. So that was a lot of fun, definitely had me on the edge of my seat.
So they definitely were able to create a sense of drama, right?
Yes, they did.
I agree with you. There were 2 times when Kevin was on top of the ladder where his hand was right by the Velcro.
I know, yes.
And I was like, all he's got to do is just pull his hand down. So they got really close. I would say at least 2 times. And then Roman grabbed his leg, was able to pull him down. Whenever you hear me on Busted Open, whenever I'm watching a pay-per-view or Raw, SmackDown, whatever it is, I always take notes. I actually take physical notes, on everything. And the 2 things that I wrote down about Roman and Kevin Owens was the physicality and the Shakespeare involved.
Because I saw that. You tweeted that.
There was a lot of selling. There was a lot of registering. There was a lot of struggle. There was a lot of drama. Everything that you would get in a Broadway play or a big production. And the wrestling ring is that big stage. And you want that drama. You want that sense of, I know Roman is supposed to win, but, oh, my God, I think KO might win. Oh, wait, yes. I think he might win again.
Yeah.
So they did a great job telling their story. And this is what happens when you have definitive characters. when the characters are cut out and you know who they are and you're able to invest in them. We know why we don't like Roman right now, and we know why we wanted to see KO win. Once that happens and you bring that together in the story of the match, you're going to get what we got last night. And that's why many people were saying that KO versus Roman was probably the best match of the night.
Yeah, it definitely was. And to be honest, it was one of my favorite matches that Roman has had since his return and winning the championship. Because to be honest, like his other ones, they were slow. You know, that's just, I like fast-paced matches. And this one definitely like had like checked every box that I like. So moving on to another title match, we got to see, oh wait, we're pausing.
We're hitting a timeout.
Yes.
Why do you like fast-paced matches?
I don't. It's hard to tell. I think it's maybe because like the buildup seems like really like strong. You know, going back to him versus Jimmy. Like I love the buildup. You know, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a great match. I'm excited for this. This is gonna be fun and everything. And it was just like so slow. The Hell in a Cell match. It was just like I just got very lost and I kind of zoned out multiple times. So like. I don't know. I just love fast-paced matches. And I'm not like that type of gal that's like, I just need to see all the flips and everything. Like those type of matches are really cool, but I just like fast-paced matches.
Is there any match that you can remember that was a slower paced match that you actually enjoyed? Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's so weird. I can't think of one. Maybe it'll like come to my head like.
Well, I mean, if you grew up kind of, you know, watching NXT and now you're slowly becoming more of an AEW fan, you're being raised on spottier wrestling matches. So
I know, yeah. You get the Young Bucks all the time. Like the Young Bucks, like Kenny Omega, I don't know who else. Joey Janela, that one match with Kenny versus Joey. It's just all flips and, you know, get your stuff in.
That's it.
So
spot.
Yes, I was actually in a Get Your Stuff In match before. I made a little appearance. And I was kind of scared because I couldn't say what they actually call it. So like, you know.
No more matches for you until you're 18.
I'm sorry. I know. I know those people out there hate that I got chokeslammed. I know who you are. So we were just about to move on to Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship in a TLC match. Man, I love that one, but before I go on, you let me go first before, so I'm going to let you go first now. So go ahead. What did you like?
I thought it was a great match to open up the pay-per-view, to start with a championship match right out of the box. You know, when AJ is involved, it's going to be, there's going to be some great energy involved. And I always talk about how styles make a fight. No pun intended. AJ Styles can fly around a lot. Drew is the powerhouse, the ground and pound. You can also do a couple of really cool things like AJ does. So I thought it made for a good match. I liked in the beginning that was more of a wrestling match as opposed to just going for the ladder immediately. When it got towards the middle, I found myself a little like, meh, okay, guys.
Yeah, okay, same.
What do you got for me? You know, I found myself just trailing off just a bit in the middle of the match.
Yeah, same.
And then The Miz came in.
And then it was like...
And I really liked the addition of Miz in there. And seeing Miz by himself, I know Morrison was in there for a hot second, but seeing Miz by himself reminded me once again of why I like Miz on his own so much. I think they did a great job also of picking up the pace once Miz came in, and the drama of the three of them all climbing.
Yeah.
You know, here's three guys climbing, now one falls off. Two guys climbing, the other guy pulls the other guy off. I was into it, and they did a great job of making almost Bodyguard look like a big deal last night.
Because to be honest, I kind of forget about him, and then last night I was like, oh snap, do not mess with this dude. Like, he's got something.
Most of the time, he's just there. He really doesn't do anything.
He's just there.
Last night, who broke the steel chair over his back? Was that Miz or Morrison?
That was Morrison, I want to say. That part had me surprised when they broke the chair, because that's steel. That's the steel chair, you know?
And
And I was like, oh, snap, you know, almost, he's a big dude.
yeah, and that I think it was, I don't remember, one of them. Anyway, the chair busted over his back, and he didn't even flinch. I don't think he blinked.
Mm-hmm.
So that got him over as a monster, because I don't remember the last time I saw a steel chair snapped across anybody's back. Then I know he picked up Miz, dumped him over the top rope, put him through a table. So I thought they did a good job last night of making him finally look like the monster he looks like. Good win for Drew. Keeps him moving forward as champion. So yes, opened up the pay-per-view really well.
Yeah, definitely. I know you were just talking about when Omos just dumped Miz. I thought that was kind of bad because he literally just like threw him and he didn't really care. It was kind of like, this is so strange. But anyways, it was overall like a great match. I really like that they used each weapon equally instead of just like favoring one. You know, we got a little taste of the tables, the chairs, the ladders, and that's what I really like to see. I just loved how, you know, you had that addition of Miz, and, you know, they were like all climbing, and you thought Miz was going to win, then you thought AJ was going to win, and then, you know, we saw the end and Drew won. This match really made Drew look like a very strong champion, because he was able to overcome the odds with two guys and with one being additionally added like last minute. So I definitely thought this was a very fun match.
Before we go any farther,
Yes.
who was your standout performer of the night? If you have to pick one person that go and say, yes, they did the best job tonight.
Man, that's hard. I got it. So okay, so even though he lost, I gotta say AJ.
Okay.
I loved like him in the match. You know, you really thought he was gonna win, and he did such a great job teasing and like, you know, going up to grab the title. So I definitely think he looked great in the match, and I'm not discounting the Miz or Drew. You know, Drew did
Sure.
great. You know, I said he looked like a strong champ, but I really thought AJ did phenomenal. No pun intended.
Now, he's your standout for the entire night?
That's the hard part, because like there's so many people, and then we were just talking about Roman and Kevin Owens, because that was a great match. So I don't I
That's fine if that's
I
AJ's.
don't know. I'm gonna stick with AJ. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with AJ. What about you? Because maybe you're gonna open up my eyes.
I have one that you're probably not going to expect, and a lot of people probably don't expect,
Mhm.
but there is one performer last night that I think overachieved.
Mhm.
Carmella.
Oh my God, yes. And I think we should jump into that match. We really should. Sasha Banks versus Carmella, SmackDown Women's Championship. I loved that match. You know, there was so much about it. And like, honestly, I wasn't excited for this one because I'm not a big fan of Sasha. You know, we have a lot of history. And then Carmella, you know, she's not like, I don't know. But, you know, I really enjoyed the match. You know, what about you?
But what about when you go Carmella? You went like this. You're like, Carmella, But tell me what that means.
Okay. So the thing about Carmella, I feel like it's hard to explain, because for me, I've seen that character so many times in NXT, the main roster. They've tried it with everybody, you know, Liv Morgan, Emma, I forgot her last name. Let's see, Chelsea Green, you know, like they've tried it with everybody, and I gotta say, she's doing a great job, you know, holding that character and everything. So I don't know, there's something about her that I'm not like big about, but I definitely thought she looked like a superstar last night.
When you talk about that they tried to do that, are you talking about like going back in
Like
history,
that character.
like the diva-esque character?
Yeah, they've tried it so many times, and I've seen it in NXT with everybody. So it's kind of like, okay, this has to work this time, and I feel like this one kind of is. But I don't know. There's something about Carmella that I'm like, maybe I know too much about behind the scenes and like outside the ring.
Well, you know, you have to go off of her performance last night, and I
Yeah,
think
and she did a great job.
overachieved. She definitely stepped up. I think this new version of her with the look and the champagne and the snobbiness
Mhm.
was too much of a throwback to the divas that I think made us all forget that Carmella in the ring had gotten better and better and better with every performance. We just hadn't seen her in a long time.
Yes.
So last night, I thought Carmella did a great job of stepping up. I thought Sasha did a great job of slowing down just a little bit, because I think we both know that Sasha has that next gear if she wants to hit it. But hitting it on Carmella would not have been a smart idea, because Carmella hasn't had one of these type matches in a long time. So I think last night with Sasha and Carmella, you saw a great example of how performers always need to work together. If I know somebody is maybe a little bit slower than I am, I'll kick it down a notch, and then I'll make them speed up at the right time. With those two women, I like the pacing of the match. I like the psychology of the match, and I enjoyed their false finishes.
Yeah, I really liked it. And I thought a really good aspect about it was the guy Somalian. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he was a lot of fun because, I honestly thought he was going to help Carmella win, like James Ellsworth did in the past. So, I really liked that aspect. But I really thought the commentary did a great job, breaking down each woman and making them look super strong and powerful. And that's what I was really all about, And I sometimes, I thought Carmella was going to win, but with her losing, it doesn't make her look weak. Sasha is the champ for a reason. Sasha is dominant, and we all know how, she does her thing. So overall, I thought this was a really good match. Definitely exceeded my expectations. I wasn't too excited for this one. So, and I gotta say, we're 3 matches in, and this is way better than Dave LaGreca, because Dave would just be ranting already. And I feel like we should go to one of those, what do you call them?
A meter?
No, you guys had the guy on the holiday party, the things that go on the car, the wiper blades.
Oh, the Michelin silicone wiper.
Yeah, we should do a commercial. We should do the hot tag version. I don't know how Dave does it, but he's like, dun, dun, dun. It's so bad. It cringes, makes me so cringe. I'm sorry, Dave. I love you.
So cringe.
Yeah, so cringe. So we were just talking about the women's match, and I think we should move on to another women's match because, hey, why not? And that is Asuka and Charlotte Flair versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Oh my goodness. This was so cool to see Charlotte back in the ring. I kind of called her, there were so many people that were going through my head, Rhea Ripley, Tessa Blanchard, I was like, there's so many things, and obviously Charlotte, and I wasn't expecting them to win. And, I think Charlotte is going to save the women's division because that's what they kind of need. I haven't been too into the women's division, so I think this is really going to help out, and also they can go to all the brands, so we're probably going to see some new and interesting things.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And first of all, I agree with you. It was great to see Charlotte back in the ring. She looked phenomenal. One of the things I noticed, not much rust on her.
No, yeah.
And rust happens to the best of the best of the best. It's one of those things where rust does not discriminate when it comes to pro wrestlers. It can set in on anyone at any time, especially, if you've been away, the amount of time that Charlotte has been away. She kept herself in great shape. And like I said, good to see her back. I think what we're going to see from Charlotte and Asuka could be real close to what we got from Sasha and Bayley.
Yes. I mean, maybe they should bring me in. They can, I don't know, steal something from me. I don't know.
Oh, you're trying to work yourself into the angle already.
I would like to be signed already. I'm just saying, shots at Dave LaGreca. I was on the bump, and a lot of people were saying that I was on the bump before him. So, I'm just saying.
Slow and steady wins the race. You'll get there eventually. You don't need to be signed.
I'm totally joking, though. I'm totally joking.
No, you're not. No, you're not, because if they called you tomorrow and they said, if you got the call, said, hey, this is Vince's assistant. We'd like to sign you to a contract. Sign Izzy. You would sign it.
Yes, and we can do another story, and I can beat up Sasha Banks. That would be amazing. I'd love that. But, it was going back to the match, I don't want to get too off track, but it was so great to see Charlotte. This is what I thought of, all really great rivals become great partners. You know, we see it with Hogan and Macho Man, Bailey and Sasha. So I really can't wait to see where they're going to go from now. And I know a lot of people are teasing like, oh, Charlotte is going to turn on Asuka. Asuka's going to turn on Charlotte. I don't really know what's going to happen with that. But I think there's going to be so many different routes that we can go through. You know, we're going to see Nia and Shayna once again go for those titles. We're going to see Ruby and Liv, because I know Ruby, like, posted something that was like, oh, I really want my shot at the titles. And then we're going to see, there's not really a tag team in NXT, but you never know. We might be a surprise. And then they're going to go to SmackDown. So there's so much that they can do with like Charlotte and Asuka being the new champs.
One of the things, if they were to go in the direction with Asuka and Charlotte that they did with Sasha and Bailey, you have to do something different. You can't just have a story about, you know, the tag champions, the friends, and then they break up, yada, yada. There's got to be something different. Now, Charlotte has gone on record on social media many times that and said, Asuka, I could wrestle you every night for the rest of my life and, you know, and be happy. And those two women have chemistry together. And I think if they started to work together again, Asuka would get back to her old form, because I don't think Asuka's been in that same form she was against Charlotte back in the day in a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
So what would you think if we were to get a best of 7 out of Asuka and Charlotte that led up to WrestleMania?
So like 7 matches?
Have you ever seen a best of 7 series?
I don't think so, but that would be pretty interesting. I feel like they did that like recently. I don't know.
I don't remember anything recently.
I feel like they did this with Cesaro and Sheamus. I don't know why I thought of them first, but
they might have. It was when they tagging?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but like still I feel like that would be pretty cool, but like I don't know if people would get tired of seeing the same match every week or night, whatever the case may be. So like I don't know. And I feel like they're two great wrestlers and they can really pull out like a really fun match. So
and that's why the best of 7 would be interesting, because
yes.
you're really and if somehow the championship was incorporated, if somehow, I mean, well, Asuka is the champion, right?
Yeah, she's the Raw and also I gotta say, I don't like that there's another double champ. I feel like this year has just been double champs, you know. It's cool that they're making history, you know, with the women and everything, but it's like it's so overdone. I feel like, you know, it was cool when Becky was the double champ. You know, it was like a little like when what's her name, Bailey and Sasha were champs, and I don't know, Keith Lee. So like I don't know, there's just too much like double champs that I feel like they just need to slow down and just let things go naturally.
Well, if the beginning of the demise of Asuka and Charlotte was one of them losing the tag championships, and then that led to the best of 7 series with the 7th match. And listen, you don't know if a 7th match is ever going to happen. It's kind of like, I don't know, you follow sports?
Yeah, I watch football and everything.
Okay, so like, let's say like, let's just take baseball. Like, you know, when they play in the World Series, that, you know, you have to win 4 out of 7.
Yeah.
First 4 games are scheduled, and then game 5, 6, and 7 always says if necessary. So you schedule the best of 7 between Asuka and Charlotte, and then, you know, match 5 would be here, match 6 would be here, and then match 7 would be at WrestleMania if necessary. And then you do it, and then the 7th match is at WrestleMania with the winner winning the championship. I think it would be different from that, and I think it would be about the spirit of the competition that those two women have together, and would make for some great matches.
Yeah, so if that was to happen, do you think they would go the route where it's every week, you know, Raw, SmackDown, or do you think it would be each like pay-per-view?
I don't know. They'd have to space it out the right way.
Yes.
So it could get equal, you know, equal shows.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't know. You can't start at the Royal Rumble, or maybe you can. I don't know. It's just just off the top of my head idea of how you can take them, because they have the tag championships. Asuka's the women's champion right now. So I don't know. I think I'd like to see a best of 7 between them.
Yeah, and I think it's all gonna lead to like eventually a match, but hey, you never know. And I know like a lot of people were just like super angry that Charlotte is winning a championship right when she returns. I don't really care. This is how wrestling is. It's exciting, you know. Charlotte is like she's number one like overall. So like they have to do that and it's great for all the Charlotte fans out there. So moving on to another tag team match, and that is the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods versus the Hurt Business, featuring Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I kind of like this match. I was into it. You know, I was loving it. I kind of wish it kicked off the show because I feel like it kind of got lost in the shuffle. You know, it came off of a already phenomenal match with Sasha versus Carmella. So I kind of wish it kicked off, but I thought it was an excellent match already.
I thought it was a good match. Good to see the Hurt Business win some gold.
Yeah.
We saw a little dissension in the Hurt Business because Shelton was getting ready to hit his finish, and then Cedric tagged himself in, and he got the win.
That's like a little.
Yep, you never know. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about the New Day since they've split up?
Oh, it kind of breaks my heart because I love the New Day like all together, and I get it. They're trying to make like Big E kind of like go on his own, you know, fly on his own, and I feel like the big moment is gonna be him versus Roman. That's where I kind of see, but it's kind of strange because they have him on the pre-show in another tag team match. So like I kind of think it was like, okay, this really wasn't worth it. And I really wish they kind of like since they were on like all on the same show, like Big E would have done like during their backstage interview would have came in and be like, hey, like I felt like that would have been really cute. But like I kind of missed like the New Day being like all together because I feel like they just complemented each other in every way possible.
That I agree with you. They definitely complement each other. I feel like I don't feel like there's that sense of that same kind of upbeat
Yeah, it's
feel that when the three of them
mhm.
are there. I think they're doing a good job as a team, and Big E's doing a good job on his own. I think they're going to simmer Big E until the absolute right time,
Mhm.
and that absolute right time could be at the Rumble.
Yeah, that I'd be down with that. And I'm kind of scared he's gonna get lost in the shuffle because he was on the pre-show. Nobody really cares about the pre-show. Like I don't mind it, but you know, still. So I don't know where like how it's gonna
But if
work for
there's
him.
nothing for him to do right now, that's really great.
Yes.
You'd rather just be put on the back. You don't want to be taken off the stove completely.
No, yeah.
Just sit on the back burner until the time is right, especially if they know when the time is right, especially if they're going to be like, all right, listen, at the Royal Rumble, we're going to hit the gas on Big E. So
Hmm.
he's probably in a good spot because I don't think they would have ever broken up the New Day if they didn't at least have plans for one of them.
I agree.
And, breaking them up, I think Big E stands to benefit the most from all this because it's like, how many more times can Kofi and Xavier win the tag team, championships? They're already 10-time champions.
Hmm.
If you count that last title change, I don't know if, I know the WWE does. So hopefully things go as well as you'd like to see them go for Big E.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he has so many star qualities, so like it's very safe to say that he will be, you know, in the championship picture, but fingers crossed and everything. And I believe we went through all the matches. I don't know if I'm unless you want to we should go right to the
You
beginning.
missed one.
I did?
Yes.
No. Oh my god, how can I forget that one? I love that one. Oh no, I'm so dumb, people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, I missed one.
See what
Anyways,
happens when you wear a La Greca shirt? You
I
lose
know.
brain cells.
I do. I feel so bad. Dave, thanks a lot, Dave.
It's all Dave's fault.
I know. Dave, he's probably shoveling snow. He's probably having a tea party with his bears and everything. Violetta's yelling at him. You know, she's making pierogies for Christmas. I kind of want her to
Absolutely.
send me pierogies for Christmas. I'm not going to lie.
They're the best.
They really are.
She's a great cook.
She is. She's
Yeah.
amazing. I love her. And when I had her pierogi at the Busted Open party, oh my goodness, it was
It was great.
amazing. It was Phenomenal.
Okay, so how did you feel about a homicide taking place on your screen last night?
I'm down for it. Honestly, I was pretty excited for it. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, it's so fake. Like, it's obviously a dummy, but like, my dad said it, it's a dummy. And I was like, okay, I don't care. This is pro wrestling. It's choreographed. I love this match. This deserves like match of the year almost. And I know like people are probably going to look at me like I have three heads. It was so good. There's so much about it.
Spectacle of the year.
Spectacle? What? No.
Spectacle. You know what a spectacle is?
Yeah, but no.
That was more like a spectacle last night.
It was really good, but I think it deserves match of the year. It was that good. I know it looks like I have three heads. People are going to start looking at me like that. I thought it was phenomenal. I love this match. It was so good. There was so much about it. You know, Randy Orton, the Fiend. So to be honest, I kind of wish Alexa got involved or like came out for the Fiend's entrance, because I feel like that would just be so dope. But I overall just loved it. And it's so crazy to see the Fiends like being burned alive. Like, where are we gonna go from here?
At first, I was like, I felt bad for Randy and Bray, because I'm like, these are two of the best wrestlers / performers on the planet, and they're getting stuck in another gimmicky kind of match that people are just going to be so unhappy with. Kind of like when they did that, I don't know, that house match, you know, the Bray's house where he lit him on fire or what, I don't know, whatever, with the spiders in the ring and whatever it was. But then as the match went on, I felt like those two guys were working it really well. The spectacle of all the flames and the Inferno. If you ever seen Kane versus Undertaker in like an Inferno match, this was taken to the next level. So the production was off the charts. I like the way, you know, the finish of the match was, you didn't really see that coming. Randy just spun him around, put him in the fire, and then you see Bray on fire. They did a pretty decent job with the cameras and the quick cuts. Yeah. And then, you know, the ending scene where, you know, Randy lights him on fire. There he is. You know, the whole place is just in flames. It's like either going to a Kiss concert or a Rammstein concert. Do you know who Rammstein is or Rammstein?
No, but I know who Kiss is. I know, at least I know.
You should. But like,
well, to be honest, I haven't really listened to their songs, but I know who they are. So like, I know some knowledge about them, sort of, kind of.
Here's your homework. I want you to download.
Oh no, this is like old Busted Open when I was dressing up as Bailey.
Kiss Alive 2, and you listen to the entire album.
No.
What do you mean no?
No. Get me my good songs I know what I like.
Hannah Montana?
No. I've never seen that movie though. I know. I've never watched like any of the musical. So what am I into? So Dua Lipa, great. Her new album is fantastic.
Who?
Dua Lipa. Turn on your hearing aids. It's Dua Lipa.
What is that?
You know who she is?
No.
Things don't start now.
No, I don't.
What about Billie Eilish?
You listen to that I would know.
Billie Eilish. If you don't know. No, Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up I'm gonna.
No, get rid of Billie Eilish. Put in Billy Idol.
No, I know who Billy Idol is. Yeah.
What are you gonna find now?
I'm gonna look up Billie Eilish, and if you don't know who this is, I'm gonna be so mad.
Are you playing a song?
No, should I play a song?
Who is that? That looks like the lead singer.
This is like talking to your grandfather. Wait, okay, Billie Eilish.
Grandfather, I'm the coolest, hippest 50-year-old you'll ever meet, kid.
Oh my, wait, Billie Eilish. I don't know, what's a good song? I don't want it to say something.
There are no good songs.
Okay, wait, okay, this is gonna be so weird.
Rebel Yell, Billy Idol.
Can you hear it? Oh wait, that's like really low. You've never heard this?
Oh my God, that's so...
It's so good. It's amazing. It's so good. Great song to run to. you know, workout, you know, you're lifting weights, you know, clanging and banging in the gym.
You get 0 stars for that
Oh
recommendation.
my God. Well, people in the comments, comment down low. Who's your favorite artist? That's the question of the day.
Oh.
How about that? We'll set up. What about Taylor Swift? No? Okay. I don't like her either. Okay. I don't know why I said I don't like her either. Can
we find one band that we do agree on, or one performer that we do agree on?
What about... Okay, so I will say I'm into 60s music right now. Is that, like, acceptable?
That's a little before my time, but give me an artist.
I don't know. The Beatles. I don't know. They're...
We can agree on the Beatles. We can agree on the Beatles.
Yay, good. I'm so happy. Good. And no Dua Lipa.
No, I don't know. Absolutely not.
I think this is
I don't want to hear you say her name ever again.
What about Ariana Grande? This is wait, I'm just trying to...
No, when you say grande it means big in Spanish, and it reminds me of Dreamer.
Oh my God, we're burying everybody from Busted Open.
Exactly. Bury everybody.
Please don't bury Mark Henry. I love Mark. Mark is probably one of my favorite people in the world. I love him. Mark's
a great, great human being.
He really is. And who's the one guy? Who's the intern? Which one? I don't know. He's so
Max?
Nice. Whatever I call him, yeah, Max. Is that
good kid? Yeah.
He is he's probably like, besides Gabby, of course. He is
Gabby. Oh.
The girl, is that what you call her? The girl.
The diva of the crew.
We need to get her Wardlow. Wardlow for Christmas.
What are you, a matchmaker now?
Yes, we need to get the giant box.
14 years old and you're setting people up.
I'm so smart. Look at that. You know, like when they have the giant box and they have a little person in. Well, not a little person, but like.
Wardlow's not little.
No, he's huge. But Max is amazing. He's always like, oh, I think we're gonna go to the calls next, you know. And he gives me updates when I'm doing schoolwork. Like, I love it. I'm, like, here for it. But usually he's wrong because Dave always lies and, like, finds himself go through a rabbit hole.
Dave does say we're going to go to the phones a lot.
That is probably one of my biggest pet peeves with the show. Like, not hating on it. I love Busted Open. But it is so hard sometimes because I'm like, okay, I know what to say. Like, I'm not saying I rehearse my call, but, like, I know what to say. I know what I'm going to do, you know, probably hit on Dave, like, you know, do something. And then he's just like, oh, wait, what about this band? And then you start talking about it, and then he starts, and it's just like, it's the worst. And then,
you know why? Because you're on hold, just waiting to do your stuff and get your spots in.
Yes. Exactly. And then I love Tommy Dreamer. Tommy's amazing. But him and Tommy is just, it's especially because, you know, Dave was like, oh, we're going to go through the calls. And then Tommy just starts talking and it's like.
Do your impression of Tommy.
Oh, well, hold on. Okay, so at the holiday show, I was like, you know what? This is a perfect time to capitalize on a meme. And Tommy was just an ultimate mood. Look how funny it looks. I love Tommy. I'm not trying to make fun of him, but
Look at his forehead. You could advertise on that thing. This space for rent.
And look how, and he looks so sad though. He looks sad. We need to figure something out for Tommy. We gotta.
He talks like this all the time.
He does. I was scared, like, if I said that, like, somebody would be like, what the heck? But he does. But Tommy, if you're watching, we love you. We love the Busted Open Nation, except for Dave LaGreca, obviously. But so we should go back to that match because I feel like we didn't give it enough love, honestly. So,
how much more love can you give it? It was entertaining. It was a spectacle. It was fun. How did you feel about Bray Wyatt tweeting 5 minutes after he got lit on fire?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, where is this? I keep on going to my phone. Okay.
How are you doing?
What? Okay.
He pulled a Kari Sane.
No, he didn't.
5 minutes after he got lit on fire.
Bray Wyatt.
And was turned into a crispy fiend.
Do you say, is it the one where it says the thing about fire is it does what it pleases? I burn, you burn, we all burn. Wait, what is that? What is that?
Show me the picture.
What is that? What is this?
I'm gonna tell you. Relax, kid. It's a larvae. It's like a pupa.
Oh.
Like when a worm turns into a butterfly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That looks like something totally different, but.
So
that's so dumb. Who does that?
He got burned alive. What's up with that?
Now that makes me hate the match. Thanks a lot, bully.
That's why I'm here.
Man, that makes me so mad. Like, that was your moment to shine. You looked like a star. You looked creepy as heck. And then you go tweet, I'm a larvae. I'm a butterfly. Like, who does that?
See, that hatred, let it run through you.
I know. I feel like powerful.
Release that hatred, and one day we're going to unleash it on the world.
Dave LaGreca. And that just, when you guys go back to Busted Open, when, like, after the holidays, I'm going to be on fire with Dave. Just new year, new me. So my resolution is to, like, I don't know, like, what am I trying to say here? Just, like, burn Dave, like, alive. Not physically, not literally, but, like.
You want to verbally burn
Dave? My dad always says this, verbally undress him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait, now my phone's going off.
You're very popular. Who's that?
It's DDP Yoga.
Yeah, I can't believe you just name dropped DDP.
What? I love DDP.
Yeah, but you just name dropped. You're like, oh yeah, I got a phone call from DDP.
No, it's the app. I have the app.
Oh, I thought he called you. You said I'm getting a phone call.
No, it's a notification. Check out DDPY's new Motivational Monday. Dave LaGreca needs that.
Okay. I thought you were like, oh, hold on, Billy. I got a call coming from DDP. Hi, Dallas. Yeah, no, yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm just doing this little video with Bully. Yeah, no, I'll put him on hold. So what's going on, Dallas? You got a new update for me?
I have a couple videos in mind from DDPY, so yay.
He tried to, when DDP first invented his yoga, like 15 years ago, he tried to get me to do his yoga on an airplane.
What?
Yeah.
As much as I love him, he's an amazing dude. He's awesome. How can you do yoga on an airplane? That's hard.
He did. He was like, Bubba, come on, get down on the floor. He tried to get me to sit on the floor of the airplane and put my ankle behind my head, which this ain't happening.
Have you tried it, like, without being on it? Oh, you need to try it. It's so much fun.
Hold on. You know what? Let me think about it for a second. No.
Why? It's so good. It's okay. I'm gonna pull out I'm gonna pull it up. I keep on going to my phone, y'all. We're going off track. Who cares at this point?
You can say y'all.
Y'all. This is what Dave LaGreca does. So.
Y'all. Let me go about my phone, y'all.
Look how amazing this is. This is really hard with the lighting, but this is this is what everybody does. It's amazing. You have your workouts, you have your recipes. It's amazing.
DDP yoga is absolutely off the charts. You know who else swears by it? Jericho.
Yes.
Jericho did DDP yoga for the longest time. It's helped so many people out. If I had just a little bit of patience, I would do it, but I have none.
I use it. I did it this morning, and I have scoliosis, so it's like amazing.
You have scoliosis?
Yeah.
And you've taken bumps already?
Yes.
Does it hurt at all?
No, not that. So to be honest, when I did the choke slam, it hurt for like a good quick second, but I think that was on me because they were telling me, okay, so when he lifts you, take a big inhale, and then when you go down, exhale. But like while like I'm dropping, I think I exhaled like right at the wrong time, so it was just like, sure. And I think I felt it like in my sternum, and that's like feels like you got the wind knocked out of you. So yeah, but it wasn't. It was on me.
Bumps.
I haven't taken one in a while.
If you continue to take bumps, seriously, I'm just going to come to your house. I'm going to drag you to the Team 3D Academy. I'm going to powerbomb you.
Yes, I wouldn't mind.
I'm going to powerbomb you for real.
I wouldn't mind. I want to visit there. I would love to say, oh no, I don't want to name drop him because he has a whole gimmick.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there's somebody, he has a gimmick, he has a mask, you know, I don't want to name drop him. He's on AEW.
Oh.
I don't want to do that because that ain't cool. But he once said he was going to hit me with a chair. And I'm just saying, we were on the same show and I was like,
you know something? A lot of people want to beat you up.
I know. I know some of those people.
What happened to the sweet little huggable Izzy?
I don't know. Well, I have some, like, part of that. It's up there. There's the bow.
All right, kid, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. If we talk about Dave LaGreca, we're going on my phone. Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa, you don't even know who they are anyways, but yeah. So pretty much what you guys can take out of this whole video was we love TLC. It was great. It was fantastic. Oh my God. It was probably one of the best pay-per-views of the year, and yeah.
I think it's exactly what the WWE needed right now because Raw's not doing so great. People's interest has been kind of slipping off. During the holidays, people tend to not watch as much. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was great for the talent to get all those good matches under the belt. So, yeah, the unfortunate thing is, you know, well, depending on when the show airs, but, you know, we got to, you know, see what happens with Raw. And hopefully they follow up TLC well on Raw, especially with, like, Drew.
Yeah, and definitely, I feel that, and maybe with Randy, and definitely not the Fiend because he's dead. But anyways, that's what
he's not dead. He's a larva.
That makes my blood boil. That is not cool. Who does that? Like,
sports entertainment, kid.
Oh no, this really bad. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this episode of The Hot Tag with your girl Izzy. And thank you so much, Bully, for joining me on this awesome TLC review. I had truly an amazing time.
It was a lot of fun for me. Thank you very much for having me on your show. It was...
we need to do this more often.
We should do it once a week.
We should. Honestly, we should. But
wheels are turning.
I know, but you know, Dave takes forever, so you know he's gonna go Busted Open is gonna go over for like 3 hours. So just saying. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you guys for joining me on this episode of The Hot Tag with your girl Izzy and Bully Ray. Peace out and Merry Christmas! Ho ho ho!
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays!
Yeah, bye.